Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome to recorder lesson number 2, where we are going to today learn our first 3 notes. That's right, 3 of them. Now, a little disclaimer before we begin. Normally, I would not do 3 notes on the first day. We would learn like 1, maybe 2 notes, but I want you to be able to play your first song, which means you have to do something for me. And that is, if I'm going to give you 3 notes in one song, you have to practice the next 2 weeks because you have to have this down before you can move on. So that means you really need to practice these 3 notes. Now, there probably are easier notes, okay? So it's not going to take you that long, I don't think, to learn them. And actually, the harder part is just going to be the song, which we will practice, okay? But it's time to dig in. All right. Well, first things first, let's remember how to hold our recorders. So, our recorders are being held on the bottom, right? In that little notch area with our right hand, okay? Our right hand. Our left hand is now going to come up and plug the back hole with our thumb. We're going to then hold on to the recorder, maybe that first hole there, okay? The rest of our fingers can kind of be, loose at the moment, okay? We're going to take our recorder then and put it at our belt. And remember, this is ready position, okay? Sorry, this is not ready position. Remember that this is hold position. Hold position, okay? All right. Remember, we bring our recorder up for ready position and back down for hold position. So every time you finish playing a note, okay, you always bring your recorder back down to hold position. You don't leave it up here by your mouth, okay? So for example, I'm going to go ahead and play a note, and then I'm going to go back down to hold position. Watch. Hold. Ready. And notice, as I finished, I went back down to hold position, okay? All right. Well, let's learn about what that note is. So this is the first note that we're going to do. It is a B. Now, a B note, okay, is the one top hole you're going to plug with your finger. So if you look here, I have my first finger plugging the first hole, and I have my thumb on the back hole, okay? This is the B. And again, this is what it looks like here in music form. Okay? So, we're going to take that B, and we're going to do what's called a sustained note. And we're going to sustain the note, meaning we're going to play it, and we're going to hold the note. Okay? So let me show you what I mean. All right? So here we go. Hold. Ready? And I sustained it for a pretty long time, right? Pause the video and do it yourself. Hold the note, sustain it, and then bring it back down to hold position. All right, I hope you practiced that. So the one thing I want to make sure that you do is that you don't blow too hard. Now that you did that, you could have come out in a couple ways. If you blew soft, it would have sounded like me. Okay? And that's the way your recorder should sound. If you blew it hard, though, your recorder's going to start to sound a little weird. It's going to go, and that's not really a sound that we want, okay? I don't even know if that got picked up on my microphone, to be honest. It probably just sounds like it broke up, okay? When you blow into your recorder, okay, I said the most important thing about recorder is washing your recorder, right? Well, the second most important thing then about your recorder is blowing in softly. You don't need to blow hard with your recorder. It's already a very high-pitched and loud instrument. And so when you blow hard, you just make it worse. Okay? It makes it and so it starts to distort and sound bad. So again, if I blow soft, and I'm just blowing as soft as I can to make the note sound, okay, like this. And that's making plenty of noise, right? Even just there, okay? So make sure, try it again. Go ahead and pause the video and sustain that B, holding that note, but as low as you can. Go ahead and pause and try it. Okay, I hope your note sounded good, all right? Again, just make sure that you keep it low. It's something that you're going to have to continue working on, because a lot of times we want to get out there and just blow really hard, and that's not really going to work, okay? So, that's our B. In our B, we're going to look at it here, and we're going to play quarter notes, okay? So unlike our sustain note, we can see here in the music that we have all these quarter notes. So you'll remember from before, especially if you're a third grader, we did this last year, and fourth graders, you would have done this a couple years ago with Mr. Rossi and Mr. Griffin. These quarter notes that you're seeing here, right, are those jam, 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 right? They're quick notes, okay? So when we play them on the recorder, they're not sustained. You play them and you stop, okay? So it actually sounds like this. This is what a quarter note sounds like. I'm actually going to play 4 of them, okay? Do you notice how I just hit the note and stopped? So you blow, stop, blow, stop, right? Okay, so again, one more time, it sounds like this. Okay, again, I'm blowing as low as I can, and then I'm doing it quickly too, because they're quarter notes, okay? No sustaining. We don't keep our note and go, okay, that's not a quarter note. A quarter note sounds, okay? All right, so look at this line here then. This line has a bunch of quarter notes and it ends in a rest. Now that symbol you see there, that rest, okay, means that we do nothing. So that last line, this one right here, we go, and notice I only played 3 quarter notes on that last line. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so here's our B. We're holding with our one finger, okay, and our thumb on the back. We're going to blow in soft, so hold position, ready position, on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Go ahead and pause this if you want to practice by yourself, or rewind and play it with me. Make sure you stop on that rest note. All right, let's try one more line with our B. So with our B, we're going to be playing this line here. And notice there's 3 quarter notes and a rest, then 3 quarter notes and a rest, and so on and so forth for 4 measures, okay? So here we go. Let's try it. It's going to sound like this. Hold, ready, on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Were you able to do that? Go back and listen to mine and practice with me, or pause and try that line on your own. As you can see, it's really important that we stop on those rests, or else you're not going to be with me, right? You're going to be doing something a little different. And that's very important for when we learn our songs, because some songs have rests and you have to pause in them. So make sure that you practice resting and don't play a note when you should be resting. Okay, let's go on to our second note. And our second note is going to be an A, right? So an A looks like this. And we're going to try and sustain this note again. So now we have 2 fingers. So here was our 1, this was our B. Here is our A, 2 fingers and our thumb, okay? And we're going to go ahead and sustain this A, just like this. Hold, ready, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I hope you were blowing nice and low and keeping control. Remember, if you blow too hard, it's not going to sound good, okay? So that's our sustained A, okay? So let's try this line here. It's very similar to our B line that we had earlier, where we're going to have 4 measures of B, but on that last measure, we're going to rest on the 4th beat, okay? So here we go. Hold position, ready position, our 2 fingers on our A, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you pause on the right spot? Go back and practice. So pause and try it on your own, or go back and play with me. All right, let's try another line. So again, we're going to be doing 4 measures, and in these 4 measures, we're going to be pausing, right? We're going to be resting on the 4th beat, okay? So it's going to sound like this. Hold position, ready position, 1, 2, 3, 4. Were you able to do that? Make sure to pause to practice, or go back and play with me. All right, so we now have a B, right? Those are our 2 fingers, just our thumb and our finger. We have an A, that is our thumb and 2 fingers. So we have one more note that we're going to learn today. I promised you 3. And here's the 3rd one. It's with 3 fingers. I bet you guessed that. So here's our 3 fingers and our thumb. Okay, and this one is called a G, and it looks like this on music. And that G, we're going to go ahead and try it out and sustain. Remember, blow low and hold the note. So here we go. Hold, ready, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, go ahead and practice that and pause if you need to. So now that we have our 3 fingers down, let's go ahead and try those 2 similar lines. So here are the 4 measures with just the rest in the 4th measure on the 4th beat. So let's try it. Should be getting pretty good at this now. So hold position, ready position, 1, 2, 3, 4. Were you able to do that? Go ahead and pause and practice by rewinding and playing with me, or pausing now and just playing it. All right, so I promised you a song. So you don't have to do all of this in one day, okay? So I will stop here and remind you that this is a video. You can always pause it, come back and watch this another day, and after you're done practicing and getting that B, the A, and the G done. Okay, so these 3 right here, okay, are what you're practicing. Now, we're going to play this little tune right here, okay? It's called Gab Bag. So Gab Bag is a pretty simple song, but it's one that's going to help us with learning how to move between the notes, okay? So we start at G. We then go to A, and then B, and then we rest, and then we go B, then A, then G, then rest. Okay, and then we just do that over again. G, A, B, rest. B, A, G, rest. So it's going to sound like this. Hold position, ready position, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it, okay? So again, Gab Bag is a pretty simple song, but you have to move between the notes and you need to make sure to rest where it says to rest. Make sure, especially now that we're moving notes, that you're watching not me and not just staring off into space, but you're looking at the music. So those notes are there. This is why you need to be able to read the music, is so that you can follow it along. Okay? So one more time, looking at the music. Remember and look. It says G, then A, then B, then rest. And then it says B, then A, then G, and rest. G, A, B, rest. B, A, G, rest. So let's do that one more time. Hold position. Ready position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now's the time to pause the video and to either go back and play with me or to do it on your own. So today we learned a few things. We learned 3 notes, B, A, and G, which is done with our G 3 fingers, A 2 fingers, and B 1 finger, all with our thumb. Okay? We learned our first song. Our first song was Gab Bag. We also learned to blow softly, right? Blow softly, okay? If you blow too hard onto the recorder, it's not going to sound very good. We also learned how to play our quarter notes. We're not going to sustain those notes, right? We're not going to hold on to them. We're going to make sure to blow and stop, okay? Nice and quick. That's a quarter note. We also practiced rests. Rests are very important. You need to make sure that you rest where it says to say where to rest. You do not blow on your recorder during those times. Remember again that this is a video. Please go back and practice, okay? Especially because I gave you 3 notes. And in 2 weeks, that's a lot of practice you're going to need to do. Now, I have not talked about practice just yet, but you really should practice about 20 minutes a day at least. Could you practice more? Absolutely. Should you practice less? No way. It's really important that you're practicing this, especially because you need to get these first things down in order to get to our first few songs, our bigger songs than Gab Bag. All right. Well, that's it for today. Make sure to come back to this video as many times as you need to practice, perhaps once a day for about 20 minutes, don't you think? And I will see you next time we meet for our little 10 to 15 minute session. Bring your questions. I'll see you then. Bye, guys.